Imagine that. Imagine just coming out here. Imagine coming out here or wherever you are at home and just praying for long periods of time, just with all of your heart, and just seeing what God will do, putting the challenge on Him and saying, God, I want to know you, I want you to transform me, I want you to use me. Wow, that just gets me so inspired. Okay friends, I'm excited about this video. I'm really excited. This is going to be a bit different to the other videos. I'm actually going to take you out on a prayer walk with me. I'm going to show you where I go. I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm praying about, and just my mind and spirit as I enter into prayer, and just what I do to allow God to speak to me, and how I love to spend time with Him. So I pray that you're blessed by this special video, and let's get going. So I've just come up to a school near home for some time of prayer. It's about 6:30 in the evening, and I love to get out around this time. It's just so good to be outside as well. I just find that my mind just becomes so inspired being outside. And I'm going to walk down to the creek and just sit there in the dark and in the quiet, and just looking up at the stars are out and the moon, and it's just such a peaceful and spectacular time to pray. There are really three things when I'm about to walk up to the creek. What I like to do is I like to focus my mind on three attributes of God to get myself ready for in the right state of mind for prayer. And I think these three attributes, everything else comes under one of these three. The first one is power. Just the power of God, how big He is, the creator of the universe, the King, the God who from all things come and who can do all things. The second is wisdom, to just know that His understanding is perfect and that mine is not. And just to see that He is weaving this tapestry, and all I can see at any one time is just one little piece of thread that's being weaved. And I just want to just fill my mind with how wise He is and how He works all things, and that all we have to focus on is to just do as He commands us in His word. We do what we can do, and He does what we can't do. Our own understanding is just so small, and we can call upon His understanding, and He knows best. And the third one is His love, that He is for us, that He gave His Son for us, He gave everything for us. And not only is He so big and so wise and so powerful and knows exactly what to do, but He's so near. And He is inside of us. His Spirit is living in us. And He loves us, and all things work to our good. And I want to just settle my mind on some of these truths as I'm walking to the creek, and just know exactly who I'm coming before in prayer. Just so beautiful with all these lights out. And there's this statue up here. I love this. Then turning to myself, I will ask, what have I done for Christ? What am I doing for Christ? What ought I to do for Christ? Wow. That's a good set of questions to get your mind focused on the right thing. So I'm just walking up through here now, and you can see the creek area in the back there. I love coming here because it's just so quiet, and you just get the natural sounds of the insects and the frogs and the water flowing as well when there's a bit of water in the creek. So it's just so beautiful, just God's creation. such a place to get centered and still and to really contemplate things. Okay, so I found a spot to sit, and this is the view that I have. Absolutely spectacular. And then once I've centered myself before the Lord sitting still, I'll just come and walk through here just by the creek. So beautiful and so many nice trees here. I live near the hills, and it's just the most amazing place to be able to come and find somewhere nice to spend time with God. But I just like to rest in God and His understanding and just say, Lord, I'm not praying for anything specific. I'm not praying for any sort of supplication in my life. I'm just asking that His will be done and that He'll guide me in the way that He wants me to go. My only focus is, Lord, let me know You more and make me more like Jesus. Now I'm just going to come back and find a place to sit in stillness, and I don't have to think of anything or even say anything, Lord. I just want to sit here and allow Him to speak to me. Allow myself to be emptied of my desires, my understanding of everything, and allow His understanding to be what I rest in, and to allow His desires to take hold in my heart. Oh, praise You, Lord. This is so, so beautiful. I'm just here before You, God. I trust You, Lord. And whatever You want to do with my life, Lord Father, You do it. I'm Yours, and I know that Your ways are above my ways. I know that whatever You have for me is so much greater than I could have for myself. It's just so nice to be out here. Like, there's no one around, and it's just so peaceful. It's just beautiful. I really want to be able to spend even more time out here at nights. I'd love to, reading David Wilkerson, The Cross and the Switchblade, how he prayed 2 hours every night. Amazing. Imagine that. Imagine just coming out here. Imagine coming out here, or wherever you are at home, and just praying for long periods of time, just with all of your heart, and just seeing what God will do, putting the challenge on Him and saying, God, I want to know You. I want You to transform me. I want You to use me. Wow, that just gets me so inspired. The mature believer knows that they can completely trust God and that He knows best. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. Our job is just to be faithful one step at a time and allow God to unfold things however He wants. And as our hearts are changed, and we're not trying to get our own heart's desire, but we're bending our hearts to the will of God, that is when we put God in a place where He can move in our life. And our desire, because our eyes have been opened, it's like the hymn, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. As we see the brightness of Him and how beautiful He is, we don't desire those other things anymore. We don't seek after those other things anymore. And we're seeking after Him, to know Him, to become like Him, and to be used by Him. And that is a life well lived. And that is a great way to pray. And that's probably the greatest takeaway I would say, is pray that your heart would be aligned with His. And you are not sacrificing anything. In fact, you're becoming the true person that you were created to be in relationship with God. And the joy and the peace and the love which comes is so wonderful. It's so beautiful. I love bringing my little pocket Bible with me as well. Look how small it is. New Testament and Psalms and Proverbs, and I like to highlight favourite verses, and just having this on you is so handy. It's just spiritual food. You could even just pull out a verse or two and just spend however long you want meditating on it. It's just so rich, and this will transform your life through the power of the Spirit, that's for sure. Just so blessed to have His Word. As I'm sitting here in stillness, what really comes to me strongly now is that God makes things so simple. He doesn't complicate things at all. We do. The only problem in my life is not my chronic illness. It's not the things I've lost over the last few years. It's not my circumstances. It's my sin. It's my lack of trusting in God and my resistance to trusting in God, my slowness to trust in Him who's perfectly faithful. That is my only problem. And if only my heart's desire were to love righteousness and to hate wickedness, every problem in my life would be overcome. And that's what I want to pursue more. Father, I pray that You'd work this more and more in my heart, and that I would hate my sin more than the loss of everything, and that I would desire righteousness and walking in greater righteousness and obedience more than the gain of anything, Lord. And that's only something that can be worked supernaturally. And now I'm just heading back home. I leave this place feeling so rested and just at peace. I don't need anything. I can just rest in Him. Oh, there's a bat above my head. The things you see out at night. And back here again by the chapel. Well, thank you so much everyone for joining me, and I pray that you were blessed. I just chopped and changed between a few different scenes there, and just some of the things to give you a rough idea of how I like to pray and what I like to pray for. Obviously it's different every time too, it's not always the same, but I just feel light, I feel full of joy, and I just feel blessed. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters, and as I said, I pray this video is a blessing to you, and I just want to encourage you in your prayer walk with the Lord to go deeper and deeper. Bless you all, and we'll chat with you soon. Take care.